Hey friends, I want to come at you this morning, unedited, while things are fresh in my mind. No pun intended on the freshness. Listen, I've been in this business for 15 years. I've been a teacher for 15 years, a teacher of yoga. I've been a student for 15 years. And I say that because I am always diving deeper into the philosophies of yoga to better myself. And I also have a training program, so I teach people I train people how to be teachers. But more importantly, some people come into my program not just to be a teacher, but also to, understand this thing called yoga, to have a deeper practice, to get to, let's say, their higher self, their better self is what I want to say. You hear this verbiage of higher power, higher consciousness, true nature. And when we talk like that, we're talking about our higher self with a capital S. So capital S, you guys, not like a little lowercase s. So capital S. But I like to call it my better self, right? I'm trying to get to a better version of me. Not that the versions before were bad, but there's always a higher existence. Okay. So listen, I'm going through some papers here of my students. My students have to go out and they have to student teach, and they teach their family and friends, and their family and friends write up forms on them. And there's always this commonality, this common theme. And I hear it all the time in the 15 years that I've been in this business as a teacher and a student. And it's always I'm stressed before class, I'm calm afterwards. I'm irritated before class, I'm tired before class. But after this class, I feel wonderful, I feel calm, I feel stretched. I had no idea how great yoga was, right? So this is just one student's papers that I'm going over today. And I just want to read to you some stuff again, because the common theme that comes back. Before class, I was very stressed out. I had a lot going on. I didn't want to go to this class. My energy level, I was a little irritated. However, after class, I felt refreshed, relaxed, and ready to face the rest of my day. Oh my God, that's huge. Before class, I had low energy. After class, I felt more invigorated. After this class, I felt, again, more relaxed and at ease. These are key words here, you guys. At ease, ready to face my day. One gentleman said after this class, it was he felt the calmest that he's been in years. This is huge, you guys. Huge, right? This is the proof. After a 45 to 50-minute class, there's a shift that happens, right? There's a shift that happens. Yoga is a wonderful, wonderful thing. It really is, you guys. It's so much more than the asanas. There's so much more involved here. And I'm not even reading to you all the comments here about the breath, like how these people did not realize how important the breath is. And again, I've heard that a lot through my years as well as a teacher and as a student. So I'm saying to you, Yoga Sutra 1.2, like I've been trying to tell you guys, right? Reduce the disturbances of the mind to bring the mind into more of a stillness, more into a single focus. I'm paraphrasing a little here, but it's to reduce the fluctuations of the mind. 90,000 thoughts here chattering. Where do they come from? Well, I've told you a little bit about incorrect perception, right? Misunderstanding, ego, fear. Oh my God. Fear is huge right now. Rejection of things and making demands. Fear and making demands right now. Is that not what's happening in everyday life outside your window? This is huge stuff, right? So between the mind, the monkey mind swinging from vine to vine, going back and forth between these 90,000 thoughts a day. Remember, up to 80% of them we've already had. We don't need them. So the mind has movements, right? There's 5 faculties to our mind. There's 5 movements that we constantly swing from. And then there's different levels of our mind. So what is this, right? I like to say it's bullshit. I'm going to drop the BS word at you guys right now. This is the drama. It's the movie that I talked to you guys about that we attach to, and it's bullshit, right? What is bullshit? What's the definition of that? Nonsense, right? The definition is nonsense. It is, what do I want to say? Like information, misleading, deceptive, but pretty much bullshit, nonsense. This is nonsense going on all day long, okay? Some of the stuff going on outside right now is nonsense as well, let me tell you. So so again, in yoga, me as a student, I'm always trying to get to a better version of myself, my higher self, my better self. These people are hitting it, right? My students are realizing this. Their people are realizing that this thing called yoga is a really wonderful thing to do, let's say, as a lifestyle. So listen, you guys, I like to say, how do we cut through this bullshit to get to the better self? Okay. And we do that through this thing called yoga. So I'm going to say to you right now, anxious, stressed, tired, irritated. These are not healthy places to live, folks. Not healthy at all. It's not good for your nervous system. It's not good physically. It's not good mentally. Chatter, 90,000 thoughts, right? Why we're going to swing from vine to vine with that kind of those kind of emotions happening. So again, I'm unedited. I might be digressing here. So let's cut through that bullshit, right? Yoga is wonderful. It is so much more than the asanas. It is a lot of breath work. It's a lot of understanding the mind. It is understanding the mind. It's understanding the different, what I was going to say illusions, right? Because there's different koshas, different layers to our being that could be illusion. And, oh God, I don't know, I could say so much right now, but listen, if you feel like you're living in these emotions, right, and you need some help, please, I'm going to offer to you some yoga. I'm going to offer yoga therapy to you. It is, and who doesn't need therapy right now in this time of shifting, this crazy, crazy time that we're living in right now? So, listen, let's cut through the bullshit. Let's cut through the bullshit that's outside. Let's cut through the bullshit that affects our mind, because guess what? What happens outside affects the mind and vice versa, right? A lot of things that are going on outside of us are a projection of what's happening inside. So let's talk about that, right? So let's do some yoga therapy. The first session for you is going to be free. Reach out to me, personal message me, call me. A lot of you have my cell phone. Call me, text me, or email me. BeYogaFresh@gmail.com. BeYogaFresh. BEB YogaFresh@gmail.com. First session is going to be free, you guys. Let's have a 30 to 45 minute conversation about what is going on with you, what you feel like, what's going on? How are you feeling, right? You need help cutting through the bullshit. Tell me that. Be honest, right? Let's cut through it. I will tell you what yoga therapy entails. I'm going to tell you what yoga entails, what yoga therapy is going to entail. Let's have a conversation. Let's do a session. And then if you feel like that this is something that you need in your life right now, that you want to continue with, we can come up with a payment plan. We can come up with a weekly session. We can come up with a way to go through this and navigate this for you. Okay? So right here, you guys, the proof is in the pudding. Is that the silly saying that people say? The proof is in the pudding. Okay? These are papers from my student. And trust me, I've already talked to my student. Like, look at this theme and keep bringing yoga to these people. But I'm here to tell you guys, I am here for you. I have been a student. I'm a student every day trying to cut through the bullshit. Every day trying to get to my better self, and more so right now with what's going on in the world. So I think this is getting long. Reach out to me. Let's talk about your first session, what's going to be free. And then after that, we can formulate a game plan for you and move from there. Okay? So again, BeYogaFresh@gmail.com. Be a seeker of truth always outside and inside of you. Okay? And keep it fresh always. And hopefully I'm going to talk to you guys soon. So keep the peace. And I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.